Hello, this is Michael Diamond, and you're watching Muscle Central. Okay, the Arnold Australia passed. It was billed as Kevin Lerone's last competition. Afterwards, in my wrap up, I agreed that it would probably be best that he doesn't compete again. Being the legend that he is, it would be sad to see him and I'm a big fan of Kev, as always have been. It would be sad to see him continue to compete, placing at the very bottom of the competitors list. That's not a way for a great champion to go out. On stage at the Arnold Australia, in my comments about the competition, I said that it definitely looks like he's holding too much water and his conditioning was way off. Now, a day or two ago, I had watched a video, RX Muscle interview with Kevin Levrone, and he talked about what happened at the Arnold Australia. After seeing the video, I don't think it was really a conditioning issue at all. I believe it was strictly holding too much water. He said when he got there, he got off the plane and settled in. He realized that he was having issues with water retention. Being that he was alone, didn't have anyone with him, he didn't want to go to any extremes, didn't want to transfuse any diuretics, didn't want to risk his health. After all, he has nothing really to prove. An 11-year-old child at home waiting for him, it wasn't worth all the risks. Now, getting back to this interview on RX Muscle with Dave Palumbo, during the interview, he goes and he peels off his tank top, shows his upper body, shows his abdominals. And what we saw in that interview, that body we saw, which was only a couple of days removed from the Arnold Australia, was not the same physique that he walked on stage with. Then he stepped back and he pulled up his shorts and he showed his legs. Granted, his legs did put on size from the Mr. Olympia, but not a tremendous amount of size and not the Kevin Levrone of old. But the legs that we saw in this interview were much better than the legs that we saw on stage in Australia. Where am I going with this video? In 2016, in his Olympia comeback, if I'm correct, he placed dead last. In this Arnold Australia, he placed 13 out of 14 competitors. Out of 14 competitors. It would be nice to see him go out on somewhat of a high note. No, I don't think he's ever going to be a Mr. Olympia contender, and he might not even be able to possibly win another pro show. But what I saw on that video tells me that he's very capable of placing well at a major pro show such as the New York Pro. The New York Pro, there wouldn't be much traveling for him to do. Wouldn't have to worry about retaining water from a long uh, plane flight. I don't think he should continue competing through the years anymore. His competing years are basically done. What I think might be something for him to think about. He's in great shape right now. The New York Pro, if I remember correct, comes up in July. I believe, I'm not even sure now. It might be either May or July. I really don't remember, but it's not that far away. And his conditioning is obviously, from what we saw in this interview, his conditioning is there. I think he should take the New York Pro into consideration and thinking about competing there. I think he can place well in a New York Pro. He can definitely place as high as sixth or seventh in a show like the New York Pro. Looking the way he looked in this interview, if he would choose to do a show like that and get that type of placing in a show like that, he can say he went out on a high note instead of placing at the very bottom of the pile. Whether he'll do that or not, he did state that this is definitely his last show, but after his disappointing showing, the way he looked, which seems to be of no fault of his own, he did his part on preparation. You can't control how your body is going to react to a very long flight like he had to take, and being the fact that he didn't want to risk using diuretics that would have been needed to alleviate the problem he was suffering, go into the New York Pro, come out with a good placing, call it an end to your career, go out on a high note, not at the bottom of the heap. I don't think you lost any fans on your placing, although they might have been disappointed that you didn't do better. I think the Kevin Levrone fans are still die-hard Kevin Levrone fans. Give your fans a treat. Go in, do the New York Pro. Go out of the sport. Go out of the sport as far as the competitor on a high note. Let me know what you think, whether you agree with me. If you like this video, please click like, share, and by all means subscribe. This is Michael Diamond from Muscle Central, signing out.